So if you look at that previous section we just did, once you determine which situation we're in, do we have an asymptote? Do we find our limit directly? Or do we have an indeterminate form? If you have an indeterminate form, you then have to figure out, hey, are we going to have to factor? Do we need to multiply a conjugate? Or do we need to use the trig identities in order to evaluate it? So let's take a look at this one. So right here, using direct substitution, he got 0 over 0. So we know this is the indeterminate form. So our option 1, is factoring. Option 2 was we already have the limit. Oh wait, no. I was mixing that up with these three, sorry. Mixing it up with these three. So it's factoring, conjugates, and trig identities. Option 3, trig identities. So this one, you could just see it's a polynomial on the bottom, polynomial on the top. So this is going to be factoring. We're not going to need to multiply a conjugate. There wouldn't really be a conjugate that applies there. Let's take a look at this one. We got the square root in this one, 0 over 0. This, you should already know, that just kind of points right to conjugates on that one. We're going to have to multiply by the square root and then the plus 6 instead. All right, trigonometry immediately should be an indicator of trig identities. And then last, a polynomial over polynomial, we're probably going to factor then cancel. So this should be a really simple assignment, but it is important because this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, that what makes algebraic limits so difficult is students are always like, what do I do? Whenever I show you exactly what to do, we go through that one assignment, you have no problem with it. It's whenever we get to putting it all together, that's when you get confused. So if we end up in that situation of 0 over 0, here's what you do next. Do we need to factor? Do we need to do the conjugate? Or do we need to